If you've spent the last few evenings scrolling through grill forums, watching unboxing videos, and still can't decide whether to go with a charcoal beast, a gas monster, or a pellet smoker hybrid, this review is here to clear the fog. You're probably wondering if the extra tech in a pellet grill actually translates into better meals, or if you'll end up paying for features you never use. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been pulling apart the whole category, looking at what seasoned pitmasters love, what weekend backyard chefs complain about, and where the money you spend actually shows up on the plate. First, let's talk about the kind of cooking you might be doing. The Timberline 850 gives you 850 square inches of cooking surface, which is enough to handle a full-size turkey, a couple of racks of ribs, and a tray of veggies all at once. That's the sweet spot for families that love to host game day or a holiday spread without having to rotate pans every 10 minutes. The 3 tiers of stainless steel grates mean you can set up a direct heat zone for searing steaks on the top level, a medium heat rack for chicken thighs a bit lower, and a low heat zone for smoking brisket on the bottom. In practice, that layered approach cuts down on the juggling you normally do with a single-level grill, no more moving a slab of meat from one side to the other because the fire's dying out. Now, the Wi-Fi controller is the feature that divides opinions. On paper, you can set the temperature from your phone, get alerts when you're running low on pellets, and even follow preset smoke profiles for different meats. In real life, I found the app surprisingly reliable for keeping the grill steady at 225 during a low and slow pork shoulder. I could walk away to the backyard, check my phone, and the grill would still be holding temperature, which saved me from the always checking thermostat dance. The downside is that you're dependent on a solid Wi-Fi signal. In a house with a spotty router, the app can lag, and you end up with a manual adjustment on the controller. If you're comfortable with a good old knob and don't mind walking out to the grill for a quick tweak, the Wi-Fi is a nice perk but not a necessity. What about the pellet consumption? The Timberline uses an automatic auger that feeds wood pellets into the fire pot, and the system is designed to keep a consistent burn. In my week-long testing, a 40-pound bag of hickory pellets lasted about 3 full-day cooking cycles, which aligns with what other pellet grill owners report. That means you'll need to keep a small stock on hand, especially if you like to smoke multiple items back-to-back. For someone who lives in an apartment and can't store a bag of pellets, that could be a hidden inconvenience. Who should consider buying the Timberline 850? If you're a backyard enthusiast who wants to experiment with smoking, roasting, and grilling without learning how to manage charcoal airflow, this grill gives you a honest-op solution. It shines for families that cook large meals, for people who enjoy the convenience of setting a temperature and walking away, and for anyone who appreciates the flavor profile that wood pellets bring, especially the subtle sweet smoke notes you can't get from gas. It also fits well for the tech-savvy cook who likes to track cooking data on a phone and tweak recipes over time. Who might want to skip it? If you're a purist who only grills over charcoal because you love the char taste, the wood pellet flavor may feel too mild. Likewise, if you have a tiny patio and the 850 square inch footprint feels cramped, a smaller model or a portable gas grill might serve you better. And if you're on a tight budget, the upfront cost of the Timberline is higher than a basic gas grill, so you'll need to be comfortable paying for the convenience and the integrated Wi-Fi rather than just the raw cooking ability. Let's break down the practical strengths. The 3-tier grates are more than a marketing line, they let you run different cooking methods simultaneously. I smoked a brisket on the lower level while searing a steak on the top, and both turned out perfectly without any temperature crossover. The Wi-Fi controller, when paired with a reliable home network, cuts down on the stand-by-the-grill fatigue. The pellet system eliminates flare-ups you see with charcoal, which means cleaner meat and less mess. Finally, the large cooking surface means you can prep for big gatherings without feeling rushed. On the flip side, the weaknesses are subtle but worth noting. The initial warm-up time is longer than a gas grill. Expect about 1,012 minutes to hit 350°F, which can be a surprise if you're used to instant heat. The pellet hopper is sizable, and refilling it can be a bit messy if you don't have a clean work surface nearby. The Wi-Fi dependency, as mentioned, can be a nuisance in homes with weak signal, and the app isn't as polished as some other smart home devices. Occasional lag can be frustrating when